guys, Marstinkin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we are going to jump into the Android stage of Super Battle Road to try out this new Android 8 and 18 Halloween card, 17 even, 8 and 17. This isn't the best rotation for them in terms of links, but we do have quite a few, we do have quite a lot of support here on the rotation, especially for defense. So these guys, they raise attack for 1 turn on super attack and have a medium chance to stun, and then for their passive they get attack and defense 80%, additional attack 80%, 17% chance to crit, and 17% damage reduction when HP is 80% or less. So obviously that is very good. They guard all attacks for 8 turns, so that's why Super Battle Road is such a great place to use them. They also get an additional attack and defense 80% for 8 turns after receiving an attack. So they are going to get significantly better defensively. They're starting off with 90k defense. Now, with the amount of support we have on the rotation, that doesn't seem all that great. But remember, when they take their first hit, they are going to get an 80% boost. So this is going to jump up probably to around, what, like 150k? And of course, they are guarding still. So we're going to go ahead and put them in slot 1 here. One of their better link partners on this team is going to be the Tech 16 that we've brought along. They do link up really well with the Androids 14 and 15 actually, so I might use them as the main link partner, but we will see how we get on here. So 4,000 damage. Okay, so now they get their defense buff, but of course they get super attacked. 42k. I mean, that's actually not too bad when you think about it for a free-to-play unit. Getting super attacked on Super Battle Road. The guard obviously helps. They didn't get the stun off, but not bad damage, I guess. I mean, obviously, the Android's Super Battle Road stage is one of the older category stages now. So, for Global, we don't yet have the extreme version of this stage. I mean, you can see there, Android 17 not tanking as well. I mean, guard is obviously a very powerful mechanic, but let's see. So what we probably want to do here is float off the 14 and 15. Because we have them on rotation with the 13 here, that means they are able to foresee enemy super attacks, so we can actually know that there's no super attacks on this rotation, which is pretty good. So if we go ahead and do this, in base, the Android 13 does have a chance to stun, so we'll go ahead and do that, and then let's do this. So we should have a pretty strong turn here. Yeah, double-digit damage for the LR17. I haven't used LR Super 17 like properly in a video for ages because, unfortunately, I've said it in recent videos. I said it when we talked about the yellow coin shop stuff recently. Like, as much as I do love Super 17, the LR is a little bit on the wonky side. Like, he's the GT Bosses category leader, but really he is best on this team, like on a proper Androids team. So he is still a good unit, but he's definitely not as good as he could have been. So it's good to use him again on a video. We'll just keep him and one of the friend 13s on rotation because we've got double 13 leads. So the friend one and my one. I think the friend one is 90%. Mine is Rainbow. Mine is full level 10 links. I think one of the only reasons I link leveled him is because I really love using the rotation of him and the AGL 17 on the power absorption team. Obviously that was before the LR one came out, so yes, we also get Tough as Nails from you. Now, obviously, I haven't link leveled them at all yet. This is the day the unit actually came out on Global. So Tough as Nails at level 1 is still 15% defense, so that's still very good. So they are now at 163k defense just from their links and then getting the buff from Physical 17, which is it 50%? 60%. So pretty good. And of course they are guarding. Right, we can get a super off here. So let's go for who's got the most health. Let's try and stun. Let's try and stun you. I think we're gonna be missing a super attack with 16 here, yeah, because the orb field unfortunately is pretty bad. But we can get 16 and then 17 to attack you. Should take out the AGL one here. And yeah, there you go. So after getting the passive actually active, we have the, I think we're below 80% HP as well actually. No, we're not. So we don't have their full buff either, which is actually quite good. And they're still taking double digit damage. We get the stun off of the super attack as well. Yeah, double digits. That's really good, because this is the thing, right? So, obviously in a longer form event, they're not going to be very good because they only guard for 8 turns. But Super Battle Road, you're not really ever going to go longer than 8 turns. So, I'm not sure if there are any off the top of my head, but even in like Easy A's where androids are like the good category to use, they're going to be super useful. Any of these like shorter events that generally last less than 8 turns, they're going to be very useful, because guard is just such a very good ability, especially for something like Super Battle Road, the category Super Battle Road stages where you're fighting multiple different enemies of different typings, and so having that guard is obviously super useful. So I mean, they're pretty good for a free-to-play unit just off the bat. I mean, the biggest problem with them really is they're only on androids and joined forces. So joined forces is a team that still doesn't have a proper full like 170 leader, and the team has so many ridiculously powerful like Goku and Vegeta cards, or like Gobros are on there. Like, there's so many good joined forces cards that you probably wouldn't ever use these guys on that team. So that is a little bit unfortunate. So they also get Cold Judgment from the 14 and 15. We don't have a Android 13 on rotation, so we can't see the super attacks. Cold Judgment is another 20% defense. So they're starting off at 79k. Obviously, this is because this is the first turn. They need to get hit first to get that buff. But we are going to be guarding. So we do have a lot of physical units on the turn. So we'll go for the stun on the STR Rildo here. Do you guys lower attack or anything on Super? I can't remember. Yeah, they do lower attack, so we should get them to attack Rildo as well. Can we get 6 orbs for 16? We can here with the red ones. Perfect. So I don't want to use an item in case he doesn't super attack, because obviously I want to drop below 80% so I can see them with their full passive. But if I use a damage reduction item and then everybody just normal attacks, we're not going to lose barely any HP. So especially if we get the stun here with 17 and 8, which we did not. They're going to take a super, but their guard is active now. So yeah, 55k, that's perfect. So now we're below 80% HP. So if I use a damage reduction item on the next turn to make sure that we stay alive, we will get to see them with their full passive activated on the next turn. So lower his attack. Double super from 14 and 15. Double supering with attack lowering units in Super Battle Road is exactly what we want. He's already super attacked as well, so I mean, they still take 24k, but we found out today, of course, from the celebration info on JP that 14 and 15 are going to be getting an Easy A. Obviously, it's a while away for Global, but that's going to be really good for this team as well. Like, JP are definitely going to be in a good position to use this Android 8 and 17 in a decent setting, because obviously they're going to get that Easy A for 14 and 15. And they are definitely one of the better units to run alongside. Okay, I need to make sure I'm not picking up same type orbs too much now, because let's just try and get rid of Rildo here, I guess, and then we will lower the attack on... Actually, you know what? We will just target Rildo, see if we can just get rid of him here. No same type orbs. I want to stay below 80% HP, and then get super attack straight away. So, unfortunately, Super 17 not having his damage reduction until after the turn after he takes an attack. But, I mean, he still tanked it reasonably well. You got to remember, of course, this isn't ESBR, but even when Global does actually get the Extreme Super Battle Road stage for androids, I think the 17 and 8 are definitely going to be very useful. I'm still in two minds about whether to link level them or not, because I feel like that's the only thing I probably would use them for. I don't know if I would use them on my Android team for anything else, because like I said, for anything longer than like 8 turns, they're not really going to be that useful. So of course he super attacks 17, but fortunately we've got plenty of HP. So now we've got the full passive active for these guys. Do we get any extra links from you? No, we don't. So we've got the full passive active. So we've got 166k defense. And yeah, we're getting an additional 80% attack, 17% chance to crit, and 17% damage reduction. So that's really, really good. So I guess we just continue to go in on Rildo here, because we could potentially get the stun. And then if we go for attack lowering on whoever this guy is, this weird robot, and then we'll get 13 to try and finish off. Do I need to use... The thing is, I don't want to use an item because I want to see how well they're going to tank, but I don't. Also, I'm a bit worried about 14 and 15 in the middle here. I mean, realistically, we know that 166k defense, guard, and they have 17% damage reduction. I mean, they're taking double digits from all of these normal attacks, like, undoubtedly. So, I think we will go ahead and heal up here. We'll use this, actually. Get a heal and some extra damage reduction on top. So, they're definitely not taking any damage this turn. But yeah, what's their attack stat going to be? Because obviously, their attack stat is probably their weak point because they are a defensive unit. 1.85. I mean, it's not great, of course, but they're a free-to-play unit. This is with their full passive and them getting some support from the Android 13 as well. But remember, of course, a couple of the links that we have active here only give defense, especially at level 1. I'd have to double check whether any of those start giving an attack buff at level 10, but I think that's pretty good when you think these guys are freshly farmed up and rainbowed, full level 1 links. And like I said, they are a defensive unit. They are here solely for defense. Well, this Rildo has a ton of health. Can't believe he's still alive. So, whereas that's not going to be for long. So, we'll go ahead and do this. And then Android 13 can finish him off. Will I be able to get 4 orbs for Android 16? I will if I do that. So, grab these and then grab these. So, we're definitely going to finish off Rildo this turn. So we'll do a decent chunk of damage to this guy of Super 17. I wonder if he has considerably less health than Rildo. See how much damage we do here. Yeah, 1.6 million and it's over half of his HP. So yeah, Rildo definitely had a ton more HP. I just wanted to try and get rid of him first because obviously he's STR. We've got quite a few physical units on the team, but probably should have just taken this guy out first. Tech 16. I can't even remember the last time I used Tech 16. He's not the craziest unit in the world. But he's tanking there for double digits, and that was without his guard activating, so that's pretty good. And then when we have... wait, what other link are we getting? Is it solid support? I want to put you in slot 1, though, just so we can see you attack again. We're obviously not below 80% HP anymore, so we're not going to be getting the highest attack stat that we can with them. But do we even win this turn? That's the only problem. So no one on this rotation is particularly hard hitting. I mean, 17, I'm pretty sure I've link leveled physical 17. I should double check, but yeah, no one on this rotation is particularly doing crazy damage here. So we might not win this turn, which is going to be a little bit annoying because we're very close to the Dokkan attack. But hopefully physical 17 can come in here. 1.3. Can he get a crit? He is rainbow for me, of course, at this point, so... Oh, we get the crit, but it's not enough. How do we get the active skill for Super 17? He has to be hit a whole bunch of times, and I'm pretty sure we have not been hit that many times yet. This would be the perfect opportunity to just be able to use Super 17's active skill. Because I really don't want the Dokkan attack now. He's launching a super attack in slot 1. Although, actually, Super 17... Oh, no, I can't not get a super. The only way I could do it would be to do... Yeah, I'd have to do this, which... If we don't crit on the normal attack, we actually do risk that he doesn't take him out, so... Unfortunately, I guess there's no way to get around. We are getting the Dokkan attack here. Oh, we got so close! So close, but unfortunately couldn't avoid it. Would have been nice to go into the last fight and just do big damage straight away, but I'll skip all of this on purpose just so it goes through a little bit faster. And Android 13 can finish beating down this guy. So, gets the crit as well. Full-on overkill, and let's move on to the last fight here. So realistically, like the Android 8 and 17, they're only a little bit of a liability in like turn 1 when they need to get hit on that very first hit. But you see here, I think the way the attacks are layered here, we're actually taking a hit from the int enemy first, which is, I mean, we guard anyway, but we're going to take barely any damage here. Let's go for Stunning You. Of course it's Rildo, that's STR again. So, Stun Rildo. Wow, the orb field is not great here at all. Attack lower Rildo as well. I think we definitely want to go ahead and use a damage reduction item for this turn. And then we do have an AGL enemy, but can't get a super attack with Tech 16. Now that I've ended up, I wasn't really sure how I was going to play out the rotation, but now that I've just ended up putting 14 and 15 together, I probably shouldn't have bought Tech 16. I could have just bought another support unit. Or somebody else that like stuns or lowers attack or something. But it is what it is. No stun from 8 and 17, but they're doing their job in slot 1, just tanking for double digits for 500k. Wow. Crazy attack stat from these guys. I'm definitely interested to see what their post-Easy A is going to look like, because I can imagine them picking up an Android's leader skill, because the leader for the Prime Battle Trunks Easy A is the Tech Cell, Prime Battle Cell, and a bunch of the units you have to use for that Easy A don't actually fit on his leader skill, so it's kind of strange. You don't get any extra moves from you. Alright, so you can probably do some pretty solid damage to you. Hopefully you can get a stun. And then we do still have the Whis active. I think we just double up here using Android 8. Because now we have crazy defense and damage reduction. So this should be a pretty solid turn. 3.8 million. My LR Super 17 is only 55%. He is full level 10 links, but he's got no dupes. So, obviously he's not as powerful as he could be. I definitely would like to pull dupes for him and have him rainbowed eventually, just to see how he can perform in his best. But, obviously, as I talked about in that coin video, he's not exactly a priority, like, top tier pick. This Rildo is going off with these super attacks. Super attacked both turns so far. I think next turn we do have the base 13 on rotation with 14 and 15 though, so we'll be able to see the super attacks. And 17 taking out Dr. Mew, and then we get the additional super as well, so some solid damage to Baby as well as the attack lowering. Is that Rildo again? Wow. No, it's actually, okay, no, it's Baby. I was going to say, it looked like Rildo was super attacking again. So, let's see if we can go for that. Actually, I guess we do just target Rildo still, right? Because we want to get the stun. If we don't get the stun, we get the attack lower. And we can try and stun Baby. What is their defense now? So, we've got the Android 8 active. Wow, 250k. And we're not below 80% HP, so we don't get any of the extra benefits. But 250k defense and guarding is pretty good. So the downside, of course, is the attack stat. They're obviously never going to really deal crazy damage. But the other thing you have to bear in mind is that last year, the Grandpa Gohan and Pan were the Halloween unit. And then by the time it got to, was it March or April, they got an Easy A. Oh yeah, it was the April Fool thing, right? It was during that event, I think, on JP. And then Global got it just afterwards at like the beginning of May. So it's very possible that a couple of months into the next year they will get an Easy A as well. And considering that they are pretty solid already, post Easy A, all they really need to do, like they'll bump up their base stats, I'm sure. All they really need to do is give them a little bit of an extra way to get some extra attack. And then they're actually going to be really solid. Their downside, of course, like I said before, is the fact that they do very much lack like a different variety of categories to run them on, which is a shame. Let's get rid of Rildo here. The combination of 13 and LR Super 17 getting a full 24 key super should be enough to do the job. Baby is stunned. Rildo's going to super attack again. We got no items active now, but 13 does have type advantage, so he shouldn't take too much damage. Yeah, just shy of 40k. That's perfectly fine. And then, can he get the stun here? Doesn't really matter too much either way. No stun, decent damage, and then just under 5 million attack stat for Super 17. Like, I mean, he's not bad at all. It's just, I think one of the biggest issues that I and a lot of other people have with him is that he was released as the GT Bosses lead. But then to really get his full capabilities, he has to be run alongside a bunch of androids and target Goku units, which there isn't the biggest crossover on GT Bosses. And then, actually, how do we want to do this? I think 17 should be able to finish off Rildo, right? So if we do this, we'll target him with 14 and 15 actually, just in case, because we can try and get the stun on Baby. But we'll do this. But yeah, so I think they really need to. They released him as the GT Bosses team leader, but that team has barely any androids on it. It has a couple of target Goku units. I think what they really should do in the future, they've done this where they like retroactively add units to categories. Even though obviously he's not like the main boss of that arc, they really should add Hellfighter 17 onto the GT Bosses category. And there's also that AGL Trenchcoat 17. Even though he's from GT, he doesn't have GT like in his name and is not part of that category either. So he definitely should be added to like GT Bosses as well. But yeah, I think actually it was at 17 and 8 getting the crit actually finished off Rildo. So there you go. Android 17 and Android 8 on Super Battle Road. This is definitely the mode where they are the most useful. Global, when we eventually get the Extreme Super Battle Road stage for the androids, I think that will definitely be a solid pick. Obviously, we don't know when that's going to be. We're still waiting for the last set of normal category ESBR, normal SBR stages. So there's a possibility that we don't see the androids ESBR stage until sometime next year when these guys have already gotten an Easy A, and then they'll be even better for it. So yeah, let me know what you think of these guys down below. What would you like to see from an Easy A from them? Let me know that down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.